We begin with Captain America, Thor, Captain Marvel, and the Wasp escorting fathead-ass supervillain Whirlwind to Prison 42 through the gateway in the Baxter Building. Captain Marvel feels terrible when Wasp makes fun of Whirlwind, but she explains that it's alright, given that she and Whirlwind go way back. After verifying their identity, S.H.I.E.L.D. agents escort them to the portal that will take them to Prison 42. As soon as they arrive, they are greeted by the prison's warden, who guides them to Whirlwind's cell. Wasp reminds Whirlwind to abandon all hope of escaping and describes the prison as sitting in a billion light-years of empty, lifeless nothingness they call the negative zone. She explains that even if he did manage to escape, he would have nowhere to go. Suddenly, the power in the prison fluctuates, to which ugly-ass leader in the background keeps ranting about voices in his head. He warns them they're out there waiting and coming for them all. When the light keeps flickering, S.H.I.E.L.D. agent Clay Quartermain meets with the Avengers. He explains that S.H.I.E.L.D. sent him to investigate the power fluctuations at the prison. When Captain Marvel asks for details, Quartermain insists they discuss it back at the control room, to which Wasp worries that he can't even talk about it in the open. Quartermain explains that the prisoners, especially Leader, have been ranting about hearing noises and claiming that something outside is trying to get in. He argues that the prison doesn't have any external scanners because they've never needed them, or that there wasn't anything they'd have to worry about. Despite that, S.H.I.E.L.D. still investigated their claims using the scanning equipment in the Mandroid armor, to which they briefly detected a few unidentifiable blips, but then they were gone. Wasp wonders what's causing the power fluctuations that Quartermain claims have been happening recently, but reassures them that they have triple backups in place. When he confidently claims that the power won't go off, it suddenly goes out. The warden claims they have emergency backup power and confirms that the cell doors and the prisoners are holding. He then informs them that the system detects a severe power disruption at Junction 95. Quartermain states that he will check which Captain America and Captain Marvel decide to accompany him. Checking the disturbance, they worry when Quartermain discovers a giant hole in the wall, which he claims was the primary power conduit. Captain Marvel states that it appears to have been chewed through and wonders if one of the prisoners could have done it or if someone else could have followed them through the gateway. Quartermain explains that all prisoners are accounted for in their cells, and the power dampeners prevent any of them from using their abilities. Captain America claims that whatever made it was digging in, not out. Thor and Wasp went to check when one of the agents screamed and claimed something was out there with them. When he shines a light on a corner, they discover an alien creature on the wall that pounces on Wasp, but she dodges it. Although they scare it away, they hear screams from the control room asking for help. When they rush to check it out, they found the place trashed. One of the agents claims that an alien creature ambushes them and drags away the warden. Quartermain claims that although he can get surveillance online, the controls to the gateway are fucked. They cannot open a gate from their side without communication with the Baxter Building. Quartermain explains that to return, they will have to open a portal from the other side when the next shift of guards reports for duty. After reviewing the surveillance cameras, Wasp finds the warden with the alien creature in the mess hall. Wasp wonders why it took the warden, to which Captain America suspects that it captured an enemy officer for intel. Captain America orders Thor to draw the creature away while they rescue the warden. The wall suddenly blows up when they are about to attack, and more alien creatures crawl inside. The alien creature escapes with the unconscious warden when the horde swarms in on them. Captain Marvel and Thor chase after it, but when they get outside, they are surprised that an army is headed their way. Quartermain leads them back to the mess hall when they get outnumbered and secures the door behind them. A S.H.I.E.L.D. agent reports that Thor and Captain Marvel are on his scanner and that hundreds of those things are approaching them in every direction. Captain America tells them, to retreat, but Captain Marvel claims that they will try to slow the enemies down. When the transmission cuts off, Captain America insists on going out to help when, suddenly, the steel doors start to break down. When they think it will not hold, Captain America tells everyone to prepare for a fight. Thor and Captain Marvel emerge when the doors finally open, having defeated the alien swarm. Captain America tells them not to celebrate yet as he suspects that this isn't over. Quatermain tells his men to use the Mandroid armor's equipment to scan the exterior and discovers thousands of alien creatures surrounding them. Wasp wonders why they are not attacking, to which Captain Marvel suspects they must be waiting for something. Quatermain worries that if they swarm in, they'd quickly be overrun even before the next shift of guards comes through the gateway in less than an hour. Thor claims that these creatures would then quickly flood Earth unopposed. Captain America claims they'll have to destroy the gateway before it comes to that. Wasp worries that doing so would trap them there, but Captain America explains it would be their last resort. Until then, 5 of them and a handful of S.H.I.E.L.D. agents will have to hold the line. Captain Marvel claims they could not hold them off for long if they go at it alone. Later, Captain Marvel talks to the prisoners to enlist their help against the invading threat. With most of them already aware of it, she explains that outside the prison, an army of alien bugs will swarm in on them. Although Mar-Vell quickly agrees to help, the other prisoners aren't so obliging, to which Abomination points out that the Avengers were the ones who placed them there. Captain America claims that although they have fought on opposite sides in the past, they need to work together to make it out alive. He then asks them for their help, and in exchange, Captain America promises to testify on their behalf. With everyone agreeing to help, the Avengers free everyone except for Baron Zemo. Although Zemo claims he wants to help, Captain America refuses, claiming he'd rather face 1,000,000 bugs before him than have one of his daggers in his back. Although they still harbor grudges against them, the prisoners decide to set it aside to make it out alive from this predicament. Captain America suggests using the narrow corridor as a choke point in their defense, and forcing the enemy to come to them through a smaller opening to limit their numbers. They'll quickly fall back into groups covering their retreat if they are overrun. He states that the main fallback position is the hallway leading to the cell block. Captain America then has Radioactive Man, Wasp, and Absorbing Man to provide cover once they retreat. If the enemy gets past them, he orders them to return to the control room. Captain Marvel claims that this is their Alamo and that they will make their final stand there. Captain Marvel will then trigger the self-destruct mechanism to blow up the gateway as a last resort. Captain America reminds Thor to be careful with lightning, for he will get them caught in his attacks. Suddenly, Leader groans in pain, claiming that they're coming, to which Captain Marvel informs them that all of the alien swarm are fast approaching. As the enemy swarms inside, the Avengers and the prisoners hold the defense line, with Captain America leading them. Leader is unable to withstand the pain that he strays from the group. Although they manage to hold them off, suddenly, the creatures stopped moving. Leader claims that they only stopped moving because their leader ordered them to. Out of nowhere, a winged alien appears before them, revealing itself as the creature's leader. The leader then points his staff and destroys their defensive line, but Abomination stands back up and recklessly charges at them alone. Whirlwind, Mar-Vell, and a couple of AIM agents join him, but the creatures quickly overrun them. Captain America leads the others as they retreat, while Wasp and her team provide cover. The enemy breaks through into the cell blocks and attacks them in waves, to which Leader claims that the one leading them is named Annihilus. Quatermain tells Captain Marvel that they have 10 minutes until the gateway opens, but she worries that the others won't be able to hold them for that long. Leader explains that Annihilus controls the creatures, so Thor suggests they take him out. Captain America orders the remaining S.H.I.E.L.D. agents to retreat to the control center and hold the gate while he leads the others to attack Annihilus. Seeing the enemy's overwhelming numbers, Abomination decides to turn tail and escape, so Leader asks him to take him to the gateway. Captain America leads the charge, but neither of their attacks could break through Annihilus's barrier. Annihilus orders his creatures to take down the bridge, which takes out more than half of their fighters. Meanwhile, Quartermain worries that the defense won't be able to stop them and suggests blowing up the door. Captain Marvel agrees, but claims she won't go down without fighting. Suddenly, the blast doors are pried open by Abomination, who then Leader orders him to secure the computer. When Leader tries to use it, Captain Marvel threatens to kill them if they don't stop. Leader explains that they aren't trying to escape, but that he plans on disrupting Annihilus's energy that's protecting him. When Annihilus was about to finish them off, Leader used the computer system to send out a powerful shockwave that forced Annihilus to drop his staff. Learning about it, Captain America leads one final strike with the others while the Leader is still defenseless. Their attacks finally get through to him, and Thor breaks his staff, sending the alien creatures fleeing. Annihilus retreats with his weak-ass army and disperses in different directions. With Annihilus gone, Leader is relieved that he can think again. He claims that the voices he kept hearing were Annihilus's mind, which he describes as chaotic. Unlike anything he has ever encountered, he claims that his mind was a manifestation of the negative zone itself. Leader claims that Annihilus could feel their universe encroaching on his antimatter universe. He then became hell-bent on destroying them so as to destroy the positive matter, which is life itself. Suddenly, the alarms go off and S.H.I.E.L.D. agents pass through, surprised to see the prison in a mess and its prisoners free, to which Captain America then welcomes them to Prison 42. Thank you for watching. Check out these other videos and make sure to subscribe and tap the bell to be notified about our latest videos. See you next time.